Hey there, this is Erica Merrill, and I'm the founder of Perfect Legal Video. And today we are going to talk about what the 7 best um, social media posts are. And so I have prepared a presentation for once. I'm not just going to talk and um, scroll through my computer like I usually do with the live results. We can definitely do that another time, but I did put a great presentation together for my marketing. And so we might as well just use that. Now let me see if I can find it. Now we're scrolling through my computer like I said we wouldn't. Ugh, I must have closed it by mistake. All right, well, this will only take a second. So let me open the file marked 7. Here we go. Voila, here it is. All right, so now I can't see you, but you can see me. I'm just going to keep checking on that. Hopefully you can. And the other thing I want to fix is that you can actually see me on video. And I wonder how that works. So I'm sharing. I got to share my screen. So hold on a second. How am I not sharing my screen right now? Here we go. Here's the share. Here's the desktop. So you should be able to see my desktop. Hold on. Yeah. So hopefully you can see everything. I keep wanting to check. There we go. I think this looks right now. Okay. So let me find the presentation. Here it is. Okay. So I'll put me over here. All right, now we can get going. Sorry about that. But I was looking forward to talking about this because I know one of the things that people wonder is, what the heck should I post on social media? And, they may feel embarrassed if they're doing something too personal or, maybe they're just not sure how much of their business they can share or should share. And I mean, those are all valid things. Obviously, if you have, you're sharing something that has to do with clients, you want to get their permission. And if it's not okay with them, share something else. A lot of times I like to share things that I'm doing. I just ask my clients ahead of time, or maybe it's something that doesn't even involve them. You've seen some of the posts that I've made. One of my favorite ones that I've done recently was the time-lapse video of us setting up our studio. And if we have time at the end, I'll show you that. But I want to get on with the presentation. So here are the top 7 most interesting posts for social media. When you're running a business, I guess I should have added that in there. Law firms are usually what I work with. So I'm going to show you this stuff. All right, here we go. Here's the first one. Announce any upcoming events through going live and through pictures. Now, if you've watched any of my other presentations that I've made, then you know that I talk about how going live is one of the great ways for you to get a little extra SEO. And, you're not paying for that. And, one of the reasons is Facebook really wants you to go live. And number 2, they're not really sure what you're going to say ahead of time. So it's not like they can pick your audience for you like they do on so many of your other posts. So that's one really great thing. Now, you can see here I've got some examples of going live. You don't have to go live. You could do an interesting kind of an ad. And so I choose to use my puppy because I'd really like to write him off. No, that's not the only reason, though. It would be nice to write off some of these vet bills. But what I will say about the puppy, this is Baxter. You'll see in 2 of my ads. And he just gets a ton of views. The first one I did with him, of him right here in the middle, looking at the computer. Now, he was a little bit smaller then, and I would put him in this plastic file container. Somebody made fun of me for doing that, but I did. I put him on the bench chair next to me at the table, and one day he just like jumped up on the table and started checking out the computer, and it was really funny. So I always have my camera ready when I have Baxter around, and so that is a picture of him checking it out, and I have some other ones as well. And so that one got 467 views pretty quickly, within a day or two. The other one that I used was announcing another of these live ones. And I think the one for this one, I used both my dog Mandy and Baxter in that. And that was a really cute one, and that's gotten a ton of views as well. Now, the second time here, I've got him in these fairy wings. And the reason that he's even in those fairy rings was not because I had originally thought of putting him in those, but because he was trying to tear into them. So I thought I'd teach him a lesson and put him in them. And I got some hilarious videos of him running around, and it almost looks like the wings are flapping. It's hilarious. So anyway, I took this picture, and it's gotten a lot of views. Going live, you'll see a couple of these lives are to announce future educational segments like I'm doing right now. And I can't remember, I think I was kind of home alone on a Friday night over here in the left-hand corner, and I was just talking about what I was doing, and I was talking about some of the future things that are coming up. So yeah, those lives always get some views, and it's kind of fun to go on when nobody expects it, and then all of a sudden there you are, and they're bored too. So you're taking that time to get to know, for people to get to know, like, and trust you. It doesn't always have to be about business. You can tie it in once in a while, but it doesn't always have to be. So let's move on to the next one. Going live with professional advice. Well, that's what I'm doing right now. And I'm sure that in your profession, you're able to go live with lots of different advice. Now, a lot of times I'm showing my computer screen and showing you different social media outlets. So that's why you'll see me, with my screen showing, and this is when we were looking at YouTube, and I believe, so this was the 5 ways to optimize your videos on YouTube. So that was one. And then over here, how to build your traffic with LinkedIn. And so I did a quick one on that. And, you can also record all these sessions so that then you can take that recording and you can upload those to LinkedIn, and you can upload them to YouTube and Instagram, and, everything, that every other site that you would use. So here it is. Now let's go to the next one. I keep moving my talking head here as we go. I don't know. I'll put me over here now. Now I'm over here. Pay attention. All right. So go live and share pics on the job when it's interesting. So I was recently on a 10-day work trip. And so there were 3 legs of it. I went to Milwaukee. And so I did 2 things. I did a post of the sunrise. That was kind of a crazy trip and hard to get out of Boston that day. And then I decided to go live. And, at that time of the morning, it was interesting, but I still got views. And then during the trip, I didn't really do a lot of posting of Milwaukee itself. But when I went down to Florida, I filmed an event for 3 or 4 days. And then I went and I filmed the law firm for another day. And so when we were in Orlando, we took some pictures over here. We were taking pictures of the law firm members and some of their staff. And so I took pictures of us taking the pictures. And so that was really good. And then I took a picture of the setup that we had at their conference where we did their testimonials. So they had a lot of clients come in and do testimonials at that conference, which was brilliant because their clients were really far away from them. Some of them were nearby, but some of them were 3 or 4 hours away. So doing our usual event where we have, people coming in to do Client Appreciation Day, it wouldn't have worked as well for them. And they did end up getting, I think, 10 or 11 different video testimonials that day, which was great. A lot of people loved their work. Okay, so over here is a picture of the setup. This is actually when I did the the time-lapse video. So on this particular site, and I think that this was on LinkedIn, I'm looking at, because they're really good at keeping track of the numbers of views. Facebook doesn't really keep track of all of them. You can't see all the results. 343 views. And so that's really good. Now, one thing that's missing from these posts, you'll always see that you can't see all of it. I'd have to hit see more for you to see, but obviously these posts have got my website and they've got tags, but they're just further down. So I've got a standard set of tags that I have on my phone that I can copy and paste, and I also have them on my computer, so I can copy and paste depending on where I'm working. It's always easy for me to make sure that those are going to be the most effective SEO-wise. So keep that in mind. And over here, this was a really great one. Oh, I guess it doesn't really show. There were over 300 views. This is one of my clients, Attorney Joe Niven. We're going to be doing a little session for him this afternoon at 3. And that's going to be on the on child custody in New York. So it's not for everybody, but the people in New York that are going through a divorce should probably watch that. So that's our first. We had done a video day and then we did a live, which is very common. And that's the same thing here. Do a video day. Usually we do a live. 99% of the time, the attorneys have never gone live before, and it's very easy. And it helps them with their SEO, which is why we started doing this service where we help people with their social media management, and it includes going live with either live blogging, live interview, live panels. And so this is what is going to make the biggest difference in their business. And if they record those sessions, they can use them 10 different ways in their marketing as well, which is all something we can do for them or we teach. So moving right along. Oh, I think this one was when I was at Disney, and I liked tying in some education while I was there. So again, I can write off my ticket to Disney, but also I got people tuning in to see what the heck I was doing. And there were some interesting parts of Disney that maybe people hadn't seen. Oh, actually, you know what? I'm sorry. I was at Universal there. I was a little confused because I'm not from Florida. I didn't realize about the franchises, and I thought that they were part of Disney, but they're not. Okay, so over here, I'm going to have to move myself again. I'm going to move myself over here. There we go. All right, sorry. Now, this is go live and post pictures with personal fun and add education if you can. Now, I couldn't add education, but I was on this long trip. So when I went to Universal Studios, I took several really great pictures, and there's always things that you can learn from those types of establishments about marketing. And Dan Kennedy, one of my mentors who I've mentioned recently, is not doing very well right now. But like one of the things he always said was, go to Disney, don't bring your kids, bring your clipboard. And that is something that I always live by. So that's why I'm going live when I'm over there, and when I'm taking pictures and posting them. So I added captions. It was interesting. This one right here, you can't quite see it probably. Maybe you can. Here we go. I can. It says, you pay to get wet and you pay to dry off. So that was like a family dryer. Literally whole families were in there, and it was drying them off after going on one of the water slides. Over here, customer service is amazing and the costumes are authentic. This was a really interesting costume at this amazing restaurant, and it was like a chocolate factory, I think. I have a picture of it. I'll have to show you. But this costume, this gentleman told me, was actually from the steampunk era, and it used to be a lot more elaborate, but it kind of got in the way of them doing their job. So they've come down a little bit on all the accessories they had, but I still think it looks really great. And this is Harry Potter's castle, where the kids went to school. This was their school. And then over here, I could come up with a lot of different really funny things to say about a bucket of brooms here, like me and my friends Friday night out or something funny like that. But in here, it's just talking about how every day the shops are put together as if it's opening day. And that's one of the things they do at Disney too. And that's originally where I learned about that. While I was away, this is what Baxter was doing. He was on a farm for most of my time away, and he was enjoying looking at the horses from a safe distance. So that was kind of fun for him. This is Baxter peeking in at us when we're working. So that's kind of hilarious. And over here, I had to do laundry mid-trip, so I thought the sign was funny. Absolutely no running or playing in the laundromat. So my caption was, I'm trying my best not to have fun. And this was in between the second and third leg when my cameraman, videographer extraordinaire, amazing editor, and incredible on a shoot, was completely exhausted. And so I took that picture of him. And he said he didn't mind because, it's not as embarrassing when his face is covered up like that. Plus, he's got a mustache right now. Nobody recognizes him, not even his family members at a wedding. So it was fine. Turned a picture into a cartoon. That was kind of something I was playing with, and that actually got 350 views about. And so some of the stuff that I put on here surprises me. I didn't write in food, but when I cook a meal and it looks good and I've got the good presentation, sometimes I'll post it. Not all the time. Maybe once a month I'll do something like that. And it always gets a ton of attention, even on LinkedIn. So, I mean, what is this about? I mean, does LinkedIn have to all be business? Does Instagram for business have to all be about business? No. I believe that about 70% of this should be personal because people get to know, like, and trust you, and then the rest of it can be educational, or even 50-50, but certainly not more than 50% as business when you're doing the social media. And then the last picture was just, I finally, on the last leg of the Milwaukee trip, got to get out and go to karaoke, and some of my friends joined me. So I was really happy. Brianna came out and they surprised me. They saw me singing in the window and they came in. So that was a really fun night. So over here, webinars, video blogs, and articles. Now I've been writing blogs on LinkedIn for years. And some of you might know that I had a LinkedIn business where all I did was grow my audience and pay attention to putting out education just on that one social media platform. And so some of the ones that got the most attention when I posted them in the article section were the ones that had the most interesting pictures. So if I'm on TV, yeah, that's going to get me in. If if I have a funny picture of my own kid right here, I mean, now I know that I can probably use other kids. I've got other pictures from Canva or wherever if I want to put something funny on there. But nothing is as funny or as personal as sometimes putting your own family in there. So at the time, this was my horse. These are my two dogs, and poor Cosmo just passed away recently. But this is one of my favorite pictures of them. And these videos, these articles, got a lot of views, and so do the video blogs and the webinars. So depending on what you're talking about, how to use native video to get free SEO. Well, it's a really cool title. So the video is right here, and it was a YouTube, and it got 242 views at the time that I took the screenshot. So it's not too bad. You'll also have to know that my biggest audience is by far on LinkedIn. I have over 4,000, I think. And, I need to work on I'm brand new on Instagram and Twitter, but it's growing slowly. And so if I want to grow that more, I have to put in the effort every week to keep inviting people and keep following other people and really be strategic about it, because you want to get business out of it in the long run, or referrals. And so be strategic. All right. We're getting toward the end here. Branded inspirational quotes. Now, a friend of mine pointed out that you shouldn't probably just screenshot somebody's quotes. There's a lot of quotes online, and there's a lot of memes. You see them every single day on social media. Now, these are memes, inspirational quotes that I branded myself. So no one can say that I stole their picture I get these backgrounds from Canva, which is an editing software that I invest in every month. And it's great because I can put my logo on it, I can put my contact information on it, and I can pick the pictures where it makes sense and it's not going to be too busy for me to do this. And I can make a statement. So, some of these are ones I haven't used yet. But really, if you can put out one inspirational quote a week on all of your social media platforms, then that's really, really great. And the other one that is really good, that you're probably not doing, are testimonial quotes. And obviously you should brand those as well. Now, these are some of my clients, and I've just taken a piece out of a small piece of what they said out of their whole transcript of a testimonial. I get a lot of video testimonials because I have the camera and I'm usually shooting them for the day. So what I do is I get a good picture, I put it on there, put on a kind of a background, a nice background, and I plop it up there. And this first one is the first one I tried from Tarek Debkota, and that one I believe is over 300 views now on LinkedIn, and it's gotten a lot of attention on the other social media outlets as well. Now, I may or may not have like the big, I may have a much bigger audience than you, or maybe people with hundreds of thousands, of followers, and famous people and that sort of thing. So this is a smaller pond to test things in, but it's still big enough to be able to see what works, especially the LinkedIn audience that I personally have. And really what counts is that you're getting more views of your profile as a result of posting interesting things and posting positive things about you and positive quotes, funny things. All of this is going to help people get to know, like, and trust you. If you're not doing this several times a week on all of your, in different ways on all of your social media platforms, you're really missing a great opportunity to get referrals and to get new business. And already since I've started doing this, I've got a $10,000 job coming in. That was within the first 2 weeks. I've always posted on social media. I just haven't done it with a plan, with a strategy, and with all of these different types of social media posts that I've been testing out this summer. So if you need more information on this, if you know someone that could really use some help and some more business and some more celebrity, please have them give me a call, contact me. If it's you yourself, obviously. Everyone knows how to get a hold of me, and I'll post this stuff on the live after this. But it's, perfectlegalvideo.com is the website. And I am done. If people don't have questions, which I haven't been paying attention to that because I have been, okay. Yeah, I've been just concentrating on this. So it looks like usually people look at this live. They don't usually log in, but that's okay. I don't care how they see it. If they look at this live on Facebook, because that's where I'm streaming it, that's great. If they missed it, then I'm able to actually take the video and upload it to all of my social media sites, and it'll get hundreds of views on LinkedIn. I know that, and some of the other places. So, that's the whole point of this. That's why social media is there, and that's why you got to be interesting and make it fun and educational for people as much as you can. All right. So I want to thank everyone for tuning in today. I am looking forward to doing more of these. I need to pick a topic for next week, but I will I'll let you know. Look for a post about that soon, and possibly a funny meme or funny advertisement with Baxter in it again. And, that's basically it. So I'm going to stop sharing, and I'm going to end the meeting.